Great evening, great evening, great evening once again. Just slight technicality trying to work that through. One moment. Okay, great. So this should be working. Everybody see me? All right, here we go. Yes, it is. Okay, perfect. All right. So if you can hear me, can somebody just put in the chat, I can hear you? Super weird. Like I'm getting this echo thing going on here. Just want to make sure that I could be heard. Can I be heard? You can hear me. Yes. Perfect. Okay, because I'm seeing something else on my video, like it's like a little behind, but it's okay. We'll work it out. No echo. Okay, perfect. All right. So, welcome to episode number 72 already of the Sonya Dungee podcast, where conversation is always the essence of the soul. I am your host, Sonya Dungee, and I am bringing the heat to the IG, Facebook, and the YouTube street. Okay. I'm getting one, no audio. I'm getting one, I can hear you. Okay. Somebody else just let me know if you can hear me. I'm getting one, no audio. One, I can hear you. Jean, you can hear me. One second. One sec. Hello, hello. Hi. I'm not sure. Let me see. Tell you right now. Let me sit in front. I got the AV of AV guys here helping me out. One moment. Yeah, it's all the way up. Mute it. Okay, hold on. Okay. All right, I muted it. It's all the way off. Can anybody hear me now? Can you hear me? Because they're saying they can hear me clearly. Okay. It has like a delay too, I see, in like what I'm saying and what I'm seeing on my screen. Uh, don't know because I connected them both. Because it's like it seems like it's off. Okay. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay. Bye. Okay. So the show must go on. So here we go. I apologize for the technicalities. I am learning new technology and I am unapologetic about it in the sense that I could either stop it and run away from it or do my best and work it out. So in here, and I'd have my true AV guy right nearby should I need it. So we're just gonna keep moving forward, okay? So once again, welcome to episode number 72 of the Sonya Dungee podcast, where conversation is always the essence of the soul. I am your host, Sonya Dungee, and I am still bringing the heat to the IG, Facebook, and the YouTube street. So, um, a little bit about myself in the event that you don't know, and as well as everyone else who's been with me from the onset. Thank you as well. A little bit about myself. I am a transformation coach, a mentor. I am many things. I'm an encourager as well. And most importantly, I help those who are struggling in hardship and grief go from suffering in silence, feeling stuck with no end in sight, to becoming resilient, motivated, and reaching their goals and dreams with forward progression one day at a time. That's a little bit about myself. If you're getting value tonight, please go ahead and let me know. Put a V in the comments if you can relate, please put that in the comments as well. If you're having a breakthrough or I would love to know that as well. And last but not least, if there's a specific subject matter that you would like me to do morning, um, please let me know as well. I'm super excited about tomorrow's walk and talk because someone of yours did reach out to me and asked me to talk on a specific subject matter. So we will be doing that tomorrow. Super excited about that as well. So let's just go ahead and get into it. I have a question for everyone. My question to you is, are you a goal digger or are you a goal tender? So if you think you're a goal digger, please put that in the comments. And if you believe that you are a goal tender, please put that in the comments as well. I would love to see that before we move on any further. So we're looking here. Okay. Come on, guys, don't be shy. You're either a gold digger or you're a gold tender. I'll go first. I am both a gold digger, proud, and I can gold tend to at the same time. So now I will give you a definition since some of you were brave enough to go ahead and put that in the comments. So I define in Sonia terminology a gold digger to be a person who's doing just that, who's always digging deeper down in the trenches, digging for those goals, like accomplishing one goal, a smart goal, and moving on to the next, and then the next, and the next. They're always digging in there. They're always looking for some more goals, smarter, cleaner goals, and then something a little bit bigger, and then breaking those down and digging for some more goals. So that's a gold digger, not a GOLD gold digger. I am not. I am a GOAL digger. And then the other, as in hockey goaltending, I am a goaltender as well. I tend to my goals. I take them very seriously. I break them down if the need be. I make them smart goals. I put a timestamp on it. I have a date for it. I know when the job is going to be done. And once it's done, I celebrate. Once I celebrate, I move on to the next. So that's what I mean. You're either one or you're the other. Okay. And then at times you can kind of fall in between. And that's what I mean. Sometimes I'm both. Because while I'm digging, I'm tending to the ones I have. And then I'm digging some more and I'm tending to those. So that's what I mean by the two. So next, um, I'm very thankful for my community. I'm very thankful for my accountability partner. I want to put that up front. I'm very thankful and grateful for all of you. I appreciate the fact that you trust me, you keep joining, and we're already at episode number 72. Um, so that means a lot to me, and it speaks volumes for all of you. And I want to thank those who have text messaged me, who have DM'd me and said that not only did they value from the different subject matters that we speak about, either on the podcast or on the walk and talks in the morning, but they're able to take what they've learned and apply it. So when they get into situations, for an example, without naming names, one of my viewers that I so appreciate, I love her dearly. She's been rocking with me since she found out about podcasts and whatnot and about our community. And she said to me that a friend of hers, her husband, passed on. And obviously, it left her in a dark place. But because this viewer has been watching and listening and learning, growing, and applying, she's been able to take that and help her friend through her darkest periods, through the hardship and grief and they're going through. So I thank you so much for that, and I welcome that. Please let me know. And if you know somebody who really could use hearing what's I'm talking about in the walk and talk or the podcast, welcome them to stop by and join. Welcome them, because what I speak about specifically in my niche might not be for everyone, but there's somebody out there that needs to hear this. Whether what I'm talking about now or when I tell my story about the place that I was in once my dad passed on, to me, able to get myself together and joining a community and finding a mentor and listening and applying and showing up for every single class. And I'm not saying that you specifically have to do that. I chose to do that. And the reason why I chose to do that for myself, that's the same as me in college, where we sitting in the front row right there. So I have no choice but to pay attention, staring at my professor, knowing he's staring back at me and within the lecture, and I can't drift off. It's the same principle. Because what I might not have heard the first time, or the second, or the third, or even the fourth, because I can't even tell you how many classes I have taken. Every time there's a new class, Sonya Dungee is in it. That's just me. I'm not saying that I expect that of you, but that's because sometimes it's taught different. Sometimes I'm hearing it differently, and now I can fully understand and apply it. And that's what I've been doing since January 23rd, 2021, after 12 p.m. at the VA hospital in Northport, New York, where my dad took his last breath. Then it wasn't so much I was applying then because I wasn't. But from that moment until I decided that I could not live the way that I was living and I needed to do better, the expectation was better of me. And I knew I had a calling, and I knew that God had me here on this earth for a purpose after almost dying several times before in different situations. It was my decision, because I had to decide, and I had to believe that I could do it and I would do it, and damn it, I did it. I did it. And that's what I want more than anything else for all of you, whether you're watching now or you are watching the replay later. Let's stop lying to ourselves. Let's stop the madness. Let's stop the madness. Truth be told, I have people coming to me all the time and they're telling me I'm doing great. And I'm looking at them like, no, you're not. But who am I to say that to them? That's up to them. That's up to them. So I just wanted to share that with you and to tell you that I'm so appreciative of each and every one of you. And I really, and that is the reason why I do this podcast without fail. That's why I do a walk and talk without fail. That's why I do pop ups. And that's why I don't apologize when little Namari, my AV guy, just pops up. And sometimes I'll be like, Namari, thanks a lot. You just ruined my life. But I'm playing with him because you see, I was taught that my business and what I do, that has to revolve around my family life, not the other way around. See, I can control this. The job and the company that I work for, I have to follow their rules, their regulations if I want to still be an employee. And I have to show up when the schedule tells me to. And I have to, for now, base my life around the hours that I work. And it's difficult at times, but I'm thankful that I have a job with good benefits and great pay. But what I'm doing when I am walking in my calling, let me tell you something. This is not a job. This is work. I go to job to earn a paycheck. I come here. I'm on social media. I'm doing my walk-in talks. I'm doing my master classes and everything else that I should be doing because that is my work. And I just with you because I am transparent. And y'all know that I'm transparent. So in my transparency, I'm letting the cats out the bag. Okay. So yes, that's what the little lady guy does all the time. He's not happy with me right now because my door is shut. And my door is shut because both of his parents is home and it's their time to hang out. I let him know I was coming to do a podcast and I told him I was shutting the door today because I had to do some work and we could not be interrupted with little lady guys today. If it happens, great. He breaks through that door, all right, we'll deal with it. Welcome. But until then, let's get it popping, okay? So now that you understand the difference between the goaltending, gold diggers, so further explanation of that, and I've said it before, but I want to make sure we're clear, is that having a goal or a dream that's been on your heart and you're seeking advice or you're trying to get some type of encouragement or you're reaching out to an accountability partner or you just want validation, that is more of a hope. That is more of um, a dream because until you cast that into action, you're wasting your time. We can dream. There's nothing wrong with dreaming. I dream. Oh, Walt Disney dream. Most of his characters dream. When you go to Disney World or Disneyland, what do? You dream. But for us, this is the second half, folks, of 2024. We got to get it together. It's not too late. Those resolutions that we made and we done broke, it's all good. Because those resolutions are just they're just wishes. We didn't validate them. We didn't take action until now. So if you did, okay, wonderful. You fall in the percentile, okay? You fall in that little 9% or less. The rest, that 91% of us, we got time. We can still make things happen. We can make 2024 the best year ever. And I'm going to show you how. Okay. So once you get past there and you realize now that you have this goal and it's something that you've always wanted to do, but you put it on the back burner because you were too busy, because you have a job and they tell you what time you have to be at work and how long you work and what days you're off, or your family counts on you, or you got married and you're raising children or grandchildren, so many different things. You took ill at some time and now you're recuperating. You've gone through hardships and challenges and despairs. Not too late. It is not too late. Today could be your day number one. Day number one. Okay, so you have to learn how to make those goals a reality. And I have a blueprint system, a foolproof blueprint system that I have used that has worked for me. And I want to share that with all of you. So I have prepared another masterclass. And I say it's the bomb because it's the BOM, Boss Overcomers Mastery. Some say mastery, some say masterclass. Whatever day of the week it is and how I'm feeling, I'll say mastery, I'll say masterclass. But we all know what the outcome is. We're learning and growing and moving forward progression one day at a time. So if you are serious and you want to learn how, I got you covered. I am going to show you the 5 key strategies to earn a lucrative income. Yes, a lucrative income using a foolproof blueprint system. I'm super excited about this. I had a masterclass before. We talked about blueprint. I gave you some of the steps and whatnot, but I want to really dive deep in it so that you can, if you're serious enough, you can earn a lucrative income by doing that while you're still going through your goals. You're making money doing it. What's better than that? What is better than that? I couldn't think of anything. Of course, family and all those great things, but I'm saying to learn a blueprint system and to earn money, lucrative. Sign me up. Sign me up. Because if somebody would have taught me this years ago, I would have been signed up. You would have been reading about me in Forbes magazine and all over the place. Okay. I'm serious. I'm very serious. So the registration for that is ongoing. And it is in my bio. So you have to stop by. Don't wait too long. Okay. Because being that it's the 20th, there's going to be a cutoff, the 18th. Don't come call me on the 19th or the morning of the 20th and to ask about Sonya. How do I talk about it every day? I'm talking about it right now. I put it in my links. You see it all the time. If you're that serious, you will register. If you have a problem registering, shout me out. I got you covered. I've been learning all this technology now, so I pretty much got it. Where you click on it, it should take you where you need to go. Because I've been practicing, I've been clicking, I've been checking, I've been having to erase it. I got all kind of names: Sonya Dungee, Sonya Simone Dungee, S Dungee. I keep checking that it's working. It's working. Okay, it's working. It's up to you now. So let's move forward because I get passionate when I start talking. But um, I was talking to somebody today, my sister. I take what my sister has to contribute very seriously, and we're always talking, learning, and growing. And she suggested that I'm always talking about overcoming, and I'm always saying I'm an overcomer. And I've mentioned it before, but she felt that I should mention it again, and it made I talk about overcoming. That's part of when I say we are the bomb, it's the boss overcomers, because we're all overcomers of something. So yes, it is worth Coach Dawn Allen from Stay Sexy Wellness to mention again, and I thank you for that. And I appreciate you, my sister. So It does not have to be overcoming, like in my situation, overcoming someone's passing. You can be an overcomer of so many things, whether it be whether it be losing your job, losing your dwelling, going through divorce, and coming out on the other side. Any of that is overcoming. You could be an overcomer of a speech impediment, an overcomer of learning the English language, an overcomer, so many things, of going to get your high school diploma after you would have graduated. Later on in life, going back to college or going to college for the first time and graduating, you're an overcomer. There's so many things you can be overcoming. So don't think when I'm saying overcoming, I'm just making reference to one point, because there's so many more. And thank you very much, my brother, for dropping the link to my masterclass. All you have to do is copy and paste the link into your browser and sign up. So thank you for that. You are on point. Thank you. So something else that I wanted to talk about too. I see my daughter jumped on too. It's not my cue because we can talk about it this morning on the walk and talk. But my daughter, Brittany, which you've seen her before because I did interview her. She was on the Sonya Dungee podcast once before. She also, from time to time, when she gives me my lipsticks for the podcast, she's the sponsor for the lips. But she was having an honest conversation, and she's had it with me before. But honestly, I kind of just wasn't really paying attention. I was focused on something, or I really wasn't ready to receive it well. But she pretty much was like, "Mom, you're doing all these things, and you're on this podcast, and you're doing your walking talk." And I'm kind of just paraphrasing what she said. I'm not um, speaking word for word, if you will. But she was saying that you're doing all these things, Mom, but there's things that you still have to work on. And I was like, okay. Now, many a times you've heard me say that sometimes you have to love someone from afar. It hurts sometimes, but you have to do what is good for you, what works for you, what is best for you to be able to go and progress and not stay stagnant because things are weighing you down, holding you down. And for me, as I've shared so many times, I am not my family either. Is not the Brady Bunch. We're not the Parker family. We are not the Cosbys. We are none of that. Okay. We argue, we fight, we have disagreements, but no matter what, at the end of the day, don't nobody mess with somebody because we all coming for you. And on my dad's side of the family, those Dungees, they are thick. You don't believe me? Go check out Tony Simone Dungee on the Facebook, and you'll see there's tons of them. Like we're all coming for you. But besides that, um, I kind of chose to put my son over here somewhere because we hadn't really been seeing eye to eye, and I've always been accused of treating him differently. My girls always say he's baby Jesus, mommy. He can't do no wrong. You're always doing for him, and you don't do for us. Or blah 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 blah. You always put him on a pedestal. Da 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 da. Okay, and I don't. They say I do, but I don't. I really don't. It's just that if I could be 100% transparent, like I shared with you many times before, I was a young mother, pregnant at 17, had my son at 18, pregnant at 18, had my daughter Brittany at 19, and then the third at 27. But that was a whole different life for me then. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is I was growing up with my children. Bottom line, I was almost like their sister. They were like my sister and brother in the sense that we were all growing up together. I was learning how to be a mom, because I didn't really have that growing up. My mom was my mom, but my mom was doing her thing, and there was my grandmother who did her best. Of course, my mom Irene was my world as well. But I didn't have that mother nurturing, as you would say, growing up. and my grandmother could only do what she could do, and of course, Mama Irene did everything that she could do. I was a baby, but still in all, it didn't come from my mom. And God rest her soul, she's going to be with the Lord, June 24th of last year. So this isn't bashing my mother or anything else. I'm just stating some facts. So in that, um, there was a lot of challenges. I hid certain things from my kids because I didn't want them to know that I was being abused domestically from when I was living at home with my mom and my stepfather. That's only the second time I've ever said that. And then again with my two older children's father. He come to find out he was using drugs, and I guess that world makes you do things, and I'm not going to dare, not even a little bit, make any excuses for that. But I was trying to overcompensate for all of that. I was overcompensating as best I could with nothing, but I overcompensate. And believe it or not, without realizing it, it went on through the years as I progressed and was able to do my thing and move forward and not need any type of public assistance or anything. Mentally in my mind, I was still doing that. So, hey, got to a point now where I had to make some quick decisions and moving and whatnot. And it didn't necessarily include my son, and I didn't do it intentionally. It was I felt I needed to get out of where we were. I felt safer moving, and that's what we did. So lo and behold, he's feeling some kind of way now because I did those things and I didn't tell him what I was doing, and you know. So me saying, all right, well, I gotta do what I'm doing. I'm putting myself on social media. I'm walking in my purpose. I'm still learning and growing, but I'm gonna just, love him from over here. So my daughter spoke to me and said, Mom, like you're on social media, you're telling people, what you did and you're sharing steps with them and this, that, and the third, but you're not really practicing what you're preaching because you're still got this thing going on over here. So I shared that with you because I am transparent to a fault. Okay. And it's hard to come on social media and do that. People hold back. But when she said that, I realized, I said, you know what? After hearing that, then we went to Miami and then I heard it again. My sister and my daughter. So I'm hearing it at the table twice. I'm like, "Dut, dut, dut." Okay, I got it. So that's something that I have to, put the granny panties on, pull them up, and be the bigger person and have that conversation with my son because God forbid tomorrow's not promised. And I always say, don't ever do something that you're going to regret later, and don't ever do something that you're going to regret. So don't do something or not do something and regret it later. So I'm sharing that with you so that, like I said, I'm growing, I'm learning, and I need my community and I need people to point things out to me when it's not registering. It's not registering. I have accountability partners more so than I ever could have thought beside my community. And I know my sister because she's part of the community. We're accountability partners. And we talk all the time. And I got my daughter accountability partner. She's holding me accountable in the worst way because when she gets to talking, you have one choice, and that's listen. She's going to make sure it penetrates at the end of the day. So I'm so thankful for that. And I just wanted to share that with you to just show you that there's always something to improve on. So when people say, I'm good, I got this, you're not. You're not. Stop lying to yourself. And I know I kind of went off from what we're talking about, but I wanted to make that crystal clear because that is so important. It's so important. I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm doing everything I think I'm supposed to do, and I'm loving, my son from afar, and I'm not bashing on my son at all. And, but I'm being truthful. He has a right to feel how he's feeling. And it didn't really come full circle that, yeah, he's feeling that way because, him then either. watching. So I just want to tell you, I'm over here sweating with this light. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm so proud of the direction that you've been going and the people that you have been walking in purpose with. You've been doing it for about 6 years, far more than I have. So I'm learning and growing by watching you as well. So thank you for that. I appreciate you and the comments. But so that's about the overcomer. And in order for us to move forward with our goals, there's things that we have to face first before anything else. Anything else. And we will be talking about in the masterclass as well. Before we get to the goal part and about us earning the lucrative income, because it's important. You know, it's like, don't ever forget where you came from. Well, it's almost that same thing. It's like, okay, this is where I was. This is what's going on. This is what I need. And this is the direction I can now go. So I just wanted to bring that full circle with all of you with that. So I purposely brought up the whole overcoming. And it's so wild how these things interchange because part of you reaching your goals is you have to believe first that you can do it. You have to believe. And that's the same thing with overcoming. You have to believe first that you can do it. It's not a hope. It's not a resolution. It's not a dream. You have to be able to wholeheartedly believe that you can achieve before we even do anything else. Okay. And that's part of overcoming. And then you have to trust in that process. You have to trust in the process. Um, and see that the hardships and all the things that's along the way, like what I'm going through, it's temporarily. It's temporary. We can get past it. It's a storm that's brewing that I'm in, but I know I'm gonna get out of. So all those things are so important, and you have to be able to tie them all together. And it's so wild how they interchange though, because no matter what I'm talking about, that belief pops in there. A challenge always comes about. And it's all in the same steps in the same direction from overcoming to setting your goals and actually achieving them. So, and then the next one is to take that action. Take that action. So, to share something else with you, I was in class on Monday, and my mentor, I call him the iconic leader. I call him a lot of things, like Kazoo from the Flintstones. Don't tell him I told you this, but I call him Kazoo ever so often. He knows it. And it's like I feel like he's sitting on my shoulder when I don't want to do something. I'm like, oh no, I know because he's watching. I got to get it done, or I'm just feel subconsciously that he's gonna like be calling me any minute or something, which is a great thing. I'm thankful that we have a mentor like that. But in class on Monday, we talked about so many things that I'm so grateful for. But one of the questions was, what is something that you know that you should be doing, but you don't want to do it? You don't want to do it. And I was like, wow, there's a lot of things that I should be doing I don't want to do. Like finish unboxing the things in the garage. But that's like a surface thing. It's a surface thing. So I had to dig deep to be able to come up with an answer. So I challenge you to ask yourself the same thing. What is it that you know that you should be doing, but you don't want to do it? And then the second part of that is, what is something that you're doing that you know that you shouldn't be doing? And I was like, uh-oh. Like I know I don't go to jigs hardly anymore. I don't hit the casino like I once did. So it's not that. And I was like trying to think about it. And then there's times when I just lock myself basically in my room and I'm researching and I'm Googling and I'm so excited about different subject matters that I'm learning about from my master classes and my walks and talks and all of that. My podcast, yeah, I'm doing that. But there's phone calls that I should be making far more than I'm doing, like text messages. How are you? I'm thinking of you today. I just wanted to let you know that I value you. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for you. I wanted to share that with you too. So you can take those two questions and you can really think about it to a point where it's like thought provoking, but that will really help you fine tune your current situation or the direction in which your life is going. And in fact, that's two great questions that you need to know for this masterclass on July 20th. Because if you're open and you've already asked yourself these questions and you're already committed and you already know you have that belief, that determination, that drive to thrive, when you come to that class, you are going to be game on ready. Game on ready. And again, my brother dropped the masterclass information for you. All you have to do is copy and paste it and register it. And register. So I'm going to leave those two questions lingering with everyone here tonight and everybody else that will be watching the replay later. Ask yourself those two questions. And I'm not one that I tend to copy off somebody else or take their material and even trying to make it my own. I don't do that because I love the fact that we all are individuals, and those of us that are in business, we all have different niches, even if but we can be so original and we can come up with the best intentions and the best material and everything that we need to end the business that we're assigned to. It's so super exciting. Like I have JV partnership and they can be in the same niche. It's fine with me because what's meant for me is meant for me and what's meant for them is meant for that person. But it's just the fact of the matter is that it's that combination. It's that giving it your all. It's that digging deep. It's that gold digging and it's that gold tending that we do to become the very best versions of ourselves. And if you're in business, our coaching selves, for me, my transformation as a transformation coach, it's like everything has come full circle. And I'm so excited about that. Like every single thing in life that I went through was for a purpose to get me where I am today, to be in front of all of you. And that's critical. And I love that. And I appreciate all of you. I'm so grateful. And I'm so grateful to my mentor, to allowing me and the rest of us that's in our community to teach taking classes over and over, over and over and over again. We can, every time there's a new class, he allows us to be in that class and in our class, and to a point where I go to all these classes. I don't know what's really my class and what's not my class. If you ask me, was it my week? I'm like, yeah. It's just like the point is take in your opportunities, grab every opportunity that you can. If somebody's willing to pour into you, allow them to pour into you. Be open minded. Have an accountability partner or two or three, like my daughter, like my sister, like my other daughter, like my friend. Surround yourself with positive people, uplifting in a community that you can say anything and everything that you need to say. There's a want, there's a need. Sometimes you want to say something, but you don't, but you needed to. I can say anything, just like I'm saying right now. They're not going to judge me. They're going to give me that love, that support, non-judgmental, middle of the night, texting, whatever. They got me. I got them. Same thing with our mentor. We can text him in the middle of the night, and if he's not available, he's gonna text us right back as soon as he can. If he's available, he's gonna text me. Or text them, text whomever. Those are the kind of people that you need to surround yourself with. Those are the people that you need to allow pour into you. I'm giving this master class. Want to get to choose to love to pour into you like it's been poured into me. I thank you. I thank you all for joining tonight. Tomorrow, a walk and talk. I will be outside at 7 p.m. I promise you tomorrow. First, I gotta watch Nettie, 108. 6 o'clock. She brings out Instagram at 6 o'clock on Instagram. Sometimes I'll be missing her by some seconds. And I'm like, oh, I gotta wait for the replay so I can get on there. But tomorrow at 7 o'clock, I was asked to talk about forgiveness. That will be our topic for tomorrow morning, a walk and talk, an uninterrupted walk and talk. So tomorrow morning, 7 p.m. I'm going to set every single alarm clock there is. Sneak out before the AV Namari realizes I'm gone. But I'm going to talk about forgiveness. I'm going to pour into you. You're going to pour into me. Questions and answers. If it's one person, two people, it's all good because I know you're going to watch the replay. I don't expect everybody to be there. It might be too early. You might be getting ready for work. It's all good. Now, my big sis, Coach Dawn Allen, Stay Sexy Wellness, 9 o'clock. It's going to be on Instagram. She also on Facebook. I think it's under Dawn Allen. She's going to be pouring into, she talks about health, nutrition. She's an integrated coach. And stuff that she talks about, Lord, I'm like, sometimes I'm like, please don't say another thing because it's like there's certain vegetables I feel like I can't eat anymore. I can't even look at them. I can't in the store. I'm trying to hurry up buy them. But she brings you the truth. So please join her if at all possible at 9 p.m. today. And I have my other brothers on here. I have my sisters on here. In no apparent order. I have let's see here. I have to use a different mouse because Damari done lost part of the piece. I have to use this other one. But I have Nettie, NETTI.E108. She brings you the inspiration in the morning. A.M. Smith, 4500. Mr. Anthony Smith brings the fact feels like, where have you been when I needed you the most? I would have never been in debt or anything else if you would have told me the things that you're talking about now. He talks about anything and everything. This brother can be making millions of dollars right now. I keep telling him, don't tell him everything. Let him pay for something. But he brings it. You name the subject matter, he brings it. So make sure you check him out on Wednesdays at 5:30 p.m. on Instagram. He's also on Facebook as well. Then my girl, Tennille the Captain. It's Tennille_ the Captain. She's a lupus survivor. That girl done taught me so much about lupus. I'm so grateful because I've always heard about lupus. I had friends who have lupus and they said certain things and I really didn't understand what they were talking about completely, but I have a full understanding. In fact, I was talking about lupus to a gentleman whose wife has lupus. I don't know everything, but anything that you want to know, and it doesn't necessarily have to even be about lupus, about illness and about controlling the medical narrative. That's her. Check her out. Guys, please drop your links at the bottom as well. And then my brother from another mother, I am Mitch Race, Mr. Mitch Race. He has his podcast at Saturday mornings at 9 o'clock. Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. Now, people try to get their sleep on Saturday mornings, but Mitch doesn't care. He brings it 9 o'clock in the morning because he's going to start your day on the good foot. He talks about self-image. He talks about kindness. He's very motivational. He talks about many things. I'm not gonna define him to just self-image because I'm like, wait a minute, let me hurry and get my pen, my paper, because I can't even write it down. All of them are guilty of that. They're so busy dropping it, I can't catch it fast enough. And then my daughter, QB Marie, she has a lipstick line, mascara line, and some clothes. Got a clothes line now too. So make sure you check her out. She's B Lips on Facebook. And she dropped your information as well. And Jean, I'm not going to forget about you either. I'm going to give you your big up too because you're listening and you on everybody's podcast I see now. So you're getting your inspiration and you are also being there and attentive and you're dropping your comments and we appreciate that as well. You're letting us know that we are dropping value. So thank you for attending. Keep doing that. Keep learning. Keep growing. God bless you. And still, I got to say something about you. She is my daughter Taylor, Brittany, and son's grandmother. This person, she is always of value. She can make some cookies, y'all. Coming to the parties, bring all the good cookies. But she's always dropping comments as well. I appreciate you too. So anybody else watching the replay, that's not the norm. I don't normally do this. I don't normally sit there and tell everybody thank you, name the names. Because there'll be a time soon when we will fully be on Spotify or something, and nobody want to hear what this one did, and this one said, this one commented. I get all that, but I waited to the end. We could always cut that out if need be. So when it's on Spotify, they're not gonna hear all that. So it's all right for right now. Okay. So thank you so much. My sister's about to jump on next. They did drop where to find them. Mitch, make sure you put yours on as well. And Neil, I don't see yours. Again, the link is right there. All you have to do is copy, paste it, register. And that note. Also, real quick, I started a challenge. It's a personal challenge. Namari and I, and now my other three grandchildren are bored. We are making cards. We are making cards, cheer cards, we call them. And we're going to be making them, and then we're going to drop them off to the Veterans Hospital in Northport and to the VA Veterans Home, and then we have a nursing home that we're going to drop it to, and then eventually, with permission, children's hospitals. Okay, so that's our way of giving back. That's a goal that I set for myself that I wanted to incorporate with my family and do a family thing while we're able to sprinkle that kindness around by sending cheer cards. So I challenge all of you, you don't have to do that, but do something. Just challenge yourselves. And if you're doing something, I'd love to know what it is that you're doing. But I just wanted to share that with you. We started yesterday with the help of my daughter. She's coming back tomorrow. I said originally we are going to do an hour today, an hour a day. But keeping an 18-month-old in that one activity, it ain't happening. But I just wanted to share that with y'all. I love you. I appreciate you. Thanks for rocking with me when I was having my technicalities and all that. Love you all. Be safe. Stay well. God bless you. And I will see you tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. sharp. Bye for now.